All right, guys, joining me to talk to you about AIDA is someone who uses this magical formula at Voy on a daily basis. Our art director, Andrew Soria.
Hey guys, let's do it.
So what does AIDA stand for? AIDA means attention, interest, desire, and action. It's a formula DR advertisers secretly use to both write and track their performance creatives.
And hey, now you guys can too. Think about it as the hook in your video. If it's an image, you can do this by either the in-creative copy or adding some sort of stunning visual to really get the person's attention. This is arguably the most important part in any video, because without this core piece, you won't be able to get your customers to watch the rest of the video. From an analytical perspective, you can simply get the real number for this by dividing 3-second views over impression. And your ideal percentage is around 25 to 50%.
We'll go more into this since it's so important, but here are several ways you can grab the attention of your viewers based on basic human psychology. State your audience's core problem. Start with unexpected visual effects like glitches, fast motion, the product flying across all over the screen. The weirder the better. Start with social proof, maybe a logo that looks familiar to them. TikTok transitions continually get better every day, so see what's going on in that world, in that app. Your job as the ad creative is to get someone's attention. Essentially, get my attention. How are you going to do it?
I in AIDA stands for interests. Interest is simply the average watch time. And depending on the length of the video, your ideal scenario is 6+ seconds. But I'm going to warn you right now, 6+ seconds is really hard. And you just have to remember that it's a craft, and you have to continually test and continually improve that hook in A to get to your ideal second.
Think of interest as a storytelling part of AIDA. This is the core of your video. Ask yourself, how are you going to keep the audience interested and engaged in your product? Here are some formulas to increase your average watch time. Go from problem first to solution. Pack your video with testimonials. This adds an extra layer of credibility to your brand. Find a unique way to show the problem. Show the product being used in several different ways. Really paint their dream scenario. Call out product features. Call product benefits, which we know works much better than features. People want to know what they're going to get out of it. That's so important and so key for this I part of AIDA.
So the D in AIDA stands for desire. After you hit them with that story, it should create desire for them to actually purchase your product. And to measure this, if we're talking about it from a video perspective, it's going to be click-through rates, right? And if it's an image, it's going to be outbound click-through rates.
So the A in AIDA stands for action. This is your end goal. This is measured by ROAS. You want to get the sales. There's a reason why this is the end. Without hitting on other 3 key points, your creative just won't get there. This may sound obvious, but from an actual to-do list standpoint, don't forget to tell your audience to buy. Put a button, add a call to action, add that discount. And with this in mind, let's pull up some ads where we do some AIDA. So Andrew, ready?
Yep.
Okay, let's pull up this first ad. See here, Andrew, I like this hook here where the water's splashing. This is a hook that we use many times in different ads, and it always works well because remember, the USP is that this blanket is waterproof.
Right.
And what I like about this ad is that even though the ad's only 15 seconds long, it does a great job of explaining the product and really keeps you engaged. And I think we talked about this before. The ad doesn't need to be 3-4 minutes long. Sometimes 15 to 30 seconds works well as long as you're sort of hitting all these AIDA points that we just talked about. Mm-hmm. So I think, Andrew, you were mentioning before too, where we're seeing some longer ads on products that are like sort of like what we consider like commodity products, because you want to sort of say, hey, how come my product's more expensive than the product that I can buy on Amazon? So right. That's something to also be thinking about too. If your product is something that people can buy anywhere, you might want to make a longer ad or a shorter ad because people already know what the product is. So just be something to think about. But let's look at this other video, Andrew, and let me know what your thoughts are.
Yeah. Let's look at Porter Charge.
This hook is like the best, by the way.
I love the zoom. Really putting out product benefits, product features.
And like I think for this one too, what works great is that obviously you have the testimonial, which is like a UGC content we talked about. And again, great offer.
There's a lot of stuff that came into this ad, right? It's the UGC that you have to do very early in the beginning. And then it's really meshing those clips together to get this one core video.
But yeah, really, for people watching this, I think the key thing to pay attention to this is the hook that we used in the first 3 seconds. So that's something that works really well, and how they done it is so smart. They really understand their audience here.
You think we made what, like 6 iterations of this, right? All testing the hook, all testing the problem.
Yeah, let's look at this other one. So this is a video that we recorded with UGC that we're using. This is a UGC video with AIDA that we made. I like that.
Such good quality.
Yeah, it's a good video. Yeah, I think like this is hitting on like one of those marketing angles as well. It's like chase perfection. Right. Obviously, everybody skincare products, everyone wants to look good, and that happens at the desire part where that makes you feel like you want to buy this product and get it for yourself, and essentially just look better.
Yeah. And this was a winning ad, so let's watch the iteration real quick just to see how we think about it when we see a winning ad.
See the hook right there, changing it up. Kind of like going back to what I said before, it's like making it weird, different. It's so important to just change it up and just do something different. Mm-hmm.
It's also like somewhat a little bit controversial too with the hook, right? Because it is a product made for African Americans, and we and the founder made it very specific in the beginning that we want to target that demographic. So I think targeting that audience by also not saying it visually, but also doing it in the copy is also a big factor, right? Because it's not a product for everybody.
And I think too, what's great about this ad is that it's just very provocative, as in the guy's pretty much shirtless. So it's showing a lot of skin. That's new, different, and people sort of are like, oh, whoa, what is this? That's something to be thinking about. Sometimes you can show some skin, depending on the product, if it makes sense.
Get weird, get controversial, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, those are some videos that we have. Hope you guys like that creative breakdown.
And remember, attention is your 3-second hook. Interest has to be more than 6 seconds, but really hard to get to. Desire is if they click on your ad, and action is ROAS.
And guys, this is what we do at Boy Media. And if you need help helping you get this done for your brand or your creative, just let us know. We have an extensive report where we break this down into what hooks worked, what interest works, what desire works, and ultimately what your ROAS was for that creative that we made for you. So if you need help, contact us and we can definitely help you out with AIDA.